Aloha! Welcome back to Alaka'i the podcast. My name is Mutia and I'm here with my fellow co-host, Emmie.
Hi!
And today we have a special guest. But before we even start, let me ask Emmie a question.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emmie, what is something that you really like the most about your job?
I love meeting new people. I think it has brought me to places and that I never thought I would be in, and learn stuff about people I never thought I'd learn about. Probably that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I really, really like about our job. And today we are going to learn a lot of things from these two special guests that are coming to the studio. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. So these are Erwin and Thanush. They're from Indonesia and India. Well, as we know that we are all having different jobs. So Erwin is working as a custodian and Thanush, he's working as a security. And I believe that this job is something that probably people might not know about what they are doing in their daily task. They might see them once in a while, but about the timing, we don't know about the timing. So let us learn from both of you.
Why don't we start with Thanush? Can you give us, hype your job up? Make us just want to be security guards. Just tell us every single thing. What is your job description? What do you do?
Well, we basically secure the campus as well as the PCC. So, secure doesn't actually mean we go out with our guns or something. But we have a training. We had a training for which we hold a state guard certificate. We are certified guards for which will be valid for 3 years for the entire state of Hawaii.
Oh,
so, yeah.
That's a big deal.
So you need to stay there for 3 years?
It's not compulsory, but we make an agreement to be there for a year at least.
Okay.
Oh.
Because the training costs a lot.
So you secure campus and PCC. So you walk around. Are you assigned specific locations?
So yeah, the PCC and the BYU-H campus is two different things. So BYU-H campus is divided into 5 areas. We just foot patrol around BYU, and while this foot patrol is happening, what I love is basically what I do is I talk to every single person I see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
And I have made a bunch of friends while being on duty. And people are kind. Sometimes people are with their lives, We call the checkpoint 1, which is the main, there's no gate for BYU campus, but the main entrance where all the cars pass through. You won't see securities there until it's 12 a.m. So when we work grave shifts, we have to be there at checkpoint 1 where we check the driver's license. That's the best place in the campus, which I would say to work, because everyone are kind. They have their licenses. They have their student ID. It's not necessary for us to check the license, but the student ID we check. But we work grave. It's midnight. I used to work in the campus, but now I work in the PCC.
Oh.
So is there any difference?
There is difference because students, everyday same students. We know, we make friends. But when we go to PCC, there is a whole new set of group every single day.
Yeah.
And sometimes I see, I'm an Indian. I see Indians there. When I go and talk to them, and we sometimes relate to each other, and they give compliments in the PCC. Visitors, they come and sometimes they're like, "You look good today."
You're like, what?
Wow.
I would have not expected that because it is busy and I'm tired. I'm tired working, and then these small compliments or affirmations they give, it's wonderful.
Nice. Well, let's get into major details about being a security guard in a minute. But before we get too far into that, let's hear about what it's like. What it looks like being a custodian here on campus.
So basically, being custodian, like, just want to reach myself like I'm working custodian 4 a.m. in the morning,
Okay.
and that's
That's a
different.
really
Yeah.
dedication.
That's different.
It's different with the custodian that you see usually like afternoon or in the evening,
Okay.
Right.
because like you have to sleep early.
Right.
Sometimes I slept like 10 p.m. or the latest will be like 11 p.m.
Wow. That would be, how many hours is that? I don't even know if I can do math.
It's
11,
not
12,
even
1, 2,
7
3.
hours.
Wow. Like
Probably
5
like
hours if
five.
you do that. I do that on accident anyways, but I hope you wouldn't, because waking up that
Yeah.
early is really tough.
No, I wake up like 3:30 and then just get ready for everything. And then when I wake up, I just wake up the entire day because I don't want to go sleep again. Because if I'm going to sleep again, I might
You're
miss
gonna
all my
stay
class.
asleep. Yeah.
How many times in a week do you work?
5 days.
5 days in a week. So every single day you wake up at that time and then you don't take a nap, do you?
Sometimes because like right now for my schedule, actually it's really good because I don't have a lot of class on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, Friday. I mean, and only have like one class, so I can take a nap on that day.
Do you work 5 days a week as well, Thanush, or is that the same or different?
I work 3 days a week.
3
Wow.
days.
So it means you have longer shift in
Yeah,
a day.
we work for 6 hours a day. So
So, okay, 3 days a week. What's 3 times 6? Come on. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 18.
18.
I have to know. So there's a reason why I'm a
that's
music
math.
major, everyone. And okay, so 8. Okay, I guess that adds up. That's like almost 19 hours.
if we want to do 19, we have to request an hour
Oh.
for in any of those 3 days to our supervisor. If they let us do it, we can do it.
And
Okay,
what
so
time
If
do you
if they
start?
require, if there is a requirement of the officer at that place at that time, they will let us.
Okay, so it's like you apply to the job knowing that you will work 18 hours a week unless
Yes.
it gets approved. Okay. And then custodial, 19 hours.
Yes,
Is it?
19 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so what is something that you like the most from working as a custodian?
For me myself, I like to see the facilities, like the places in the campus looks clean because especially I work in the Aloha Center. That's the most people walk or the visitors
Lots
Yeah.
of
walking
traffic.
and traffic. Yeah, that's why like the cleanliness of the building is really important in that place, and
It
that's
is.
one of our job.
What's
Actually-
that quote? Cleanliness is
Next to
godliness. Next to godliness.
Yes.
Yes.
I really like that because personally I'm using Aloha Center every single day because that's where our office is.
Oh yeah.
And then, so if it's really clean in the morning, that means you're already like wake up early in the morning and then prepare for all of us. And then in the morning, we can just enjoy the facility.
Yeah.
Is it tough? Like, I feel like if it were my job to clean things, and then if I were to like go home and be like, oh, the dishes, or like, I have to do laundry. Is
That's-
that like tough?
For the first times, for me, like that's really tough for me. But being a custodian for months right now, it's
Okay.
like
Wait, how long have you been a custodian for?
4 months.
Okay.
And then I feel like doing the dishes, I think it's just a simple thing for me. If like my
Oh.
unit mate or my, all the people that just left the dishes in the sink, I just do it.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a very, very good service because, you know, sometimes we're like, okay, we're going to serve after them, but after that we get tired. But wow, that's a very good example.
That is very
actually.
inspiring to me right now. That was probably inspired, actually. I
Yeah.
think I needed to hear that.
Yeah, so everyone, please wash your dishes so there will be no other Erwin like this.
So we won't have to. Thank you so much.
All right, what about you, Thanush? What's something that you like the most other than the compliments?
Yeah, I would say the service which we do there, because usually we are not that visible in the PCC as well as the BYU campus. But the thing is, for 6 hours, our job is to observe like what's happening,
Yeah.
and if something goes wrong, we have to be there. We call it in. We call it in if it's an emergency. We call it in the first moment, and then the dispatch calls the HPD or the emergency services. So we have had such incidents, and we have been there, and then we have had HPD come to us and thank us for what we have done. And yeah, this is a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
I have never had that chance before. And the thing is, we have to sometimes work graveyards. Sometimes we work in
Sorry, where is it?
Like graveyard
Oh,
shifts mean like
graveyard
night
shift-
shifts.
night shifts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the grave
Scary
shift,
shifts.
it's night, and sometimes it's 6 to 12 a.m., 6 p.m. to 12 a.m.,
6
12 a.m.
p.m.
to 6 a.m.
6 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Yeah.
And you just have to like how does that even, do you go to school the next day? Like,
So we have our classes scheduled in such a way that it doesn't conflict with our.
When do you normally do your homework?
I'm not doing graveyard shift right now.
oh,
That was last semester. That was last semester. But graveyard shift actually helped me to do my homeworks because I have to go to work in the evening. So I have to finish my assignments even before that.
so you prioritize way better.
Yes. Once I finish my school, complete my assignments. That helped me out to finish my assignments on time actually.
Funny how that works.
Huh?
Funny how that works.
I know,
When
right?
you're like more busy, you're like accomplish more things.
Yeah.
But this semester, the thing I was about to say, what I was about to say was the sun. I work from 11:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So that's when the sun is up, and it's fall. My whole body is covered. This time, what happened? My hands were not covered. I got these rashes on my hands,
On
and
your
then I had to
arms?
get these gloves
Oh,
to cover my elbow to my until my wrist. But then it was okay. But I love my job. It's wonderful to even work. But yeah, we still have things happen to us. But yeah,
I feel like the graveyard shift and the morning custodial shift, I feel like that would have some things in common. Like, I don't know if I'm cut out for those jobs because I'm like a scaredy cat for sure. I will just, like, if the lights are off in the science building, I think I said this a few episodes ago, but I will like run, even like no one's there, and I'm just like all of a sudden go into like combat, running for my life mode. So do you guys do that, or is that just me?
Yeah.
That's actually what happened to me because
Really?
the first time I worked as a custodian in the morning is in the science building,
That building when the
Yeah.
lights are off.
and then we only have like 4 or 5 workers at that time, and we have to split by the group. And sometimes I just got by myself to clean one floor, and I don't really like it because I'm
You're like,
very
go,
scared.
go.
And I heard the story about like a lot of things about science building to see, like, I don't know, like the schools or anything, but they doing there.
Yeah.
And then I just run sometimes when I open the door and then see the something because it's dark,
And so
and
you
I just
think you
see
see
the
something?
shit, and then like, what is that?
So would you rather work in a group or yourself? It's fine.
In the morning, I'd rather to work in the group.
Okay.
Interesting. Have you had any moments of a scare?
so the shift which comes from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. So at 10 p.m. we lock all the buildings.
Okay.
So
That would
we
be
have the
so
keys.
scary.
So we have the keys. We have seen custodians working in the science building and at this time. So one of the complicated buildings are science building too,
Yeah.
because then lights in the science building goes red
Right.
in the night.
Like, come on, of all colors,
It's like-
red.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's so true.
So we go in. We have the torch, we have the flashlight in our hands. Sometimes just we have to go. Just me.
Oh my gosh. Like going solo. Like you go and you're by
Yeah.
yourself. You don't have any backup.
Yes, we don't have any backup. We have the keys and the flashlight.
That's like your weapon. It's like a
Yeah.
key basically.
First day it was scary, second day it was scary, but then after a while it was okay. And another scary building is the CAC.
That's
We
really
talked
Yeah,
about
we
this.
just talked about
Mutia
that.
has had a scary experience there. Have you had any?
That building's a maze if you are going to the first time to lock that building.
Right. It is a maze.
Yeah, because it's really big.
If you have been to the piano practice places
Yeah.
and behind you walk, you're lost. You're lost there if you're going there for the first time. For the culture night, we had the performance there. My partner got lost. She was crying.
Oh no.
I'm lost. And we had the performance later. But then, the sad part in this is we have to send people outside when time's up.
Yeah.
We have to ask them to leave after a point of time. We ask them to leave, and then everyone leaves. We check it out. If no one's there, we close it. We lock it down.
Got it. Okay.
So,
Well, I guess in closing, our final question that we would ask to everyone: what is the best life advice you've ever received? In like maybe a sentence or two.
For me is whatever job do, even though it's not a desirable job, it brings you experience for your future.
Do whatever job you can.
Yeah,
And
do
like
whatever job.
life's a teacher type of
Yeah.
attitude. Cool.
I
What about you?
really like
That's an
that.
awesome advice. So, very similar to what he said. So, I had this wonderful supervisor when I was working. He's so loving. He loves me. And then there was one time I came late. I came late for 20 minutes. And then he was, after we had the prayer meeting, he was like, Thanush, you stay.
You're like, no.
Oh no. And then I'm sitting and he was like, I'm going to write you off. I'm going to give you a written warning for this because this is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come on time. And I'm like, okay, I will not repeat this. And I was sad because he kind of yelled at me. I went out. I was working. I was sad. After 2 hours, he calls me, he sees me. He's like, Thanush, come here. And then he holds me and he says, hey, you're my boy. I'm not going to write you off. Just don't come late. I won't do that to you. That thing broke me more, made me more guilty. And anything like I'm taking psychology, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, reinforcement punishment does not work. One thing works is understanding the importance of what we are doing, why we are doing. And when he showed that love to me, that hit me more. And he has put so much confidence in me, so much faith in me that I will do my job. And if I don't do that better, I'm failing myself. That's what I learned from that experience. And that was the best way to correct anyone, I would say.
I think that's the best approach to remind someone that, hey, you know what? I correct you because I love you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I love that he changed his mind too. Like he came out kind of forceful and then changed and how that broke you more. I totally in that same
He
way.
was sad. He was like almost crying. That broke.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
That would do it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast and letting us pick your brain about custodial work and security guard work. I don't know if I'm cut out for it, but if any of our listeners are, definitely give them a shot, I guess.
Yeah. And we really, really appreciate the job that you did because probably sometimes we don't see you, but it's really meaningful for us because you guys are a hero for our school.
Yeah, you guys do so much. Like, if any of your jobs were just to, like, disappear, the school wouldn't function. I
Right.
feel like the school might function if we weren't here, but it wouldn't function if
Yeah.
yeah, you
At
guys
least it
are
won't be comfortable for us. As
right. Yeah, absolutely valued. So thank you for all that you do. And to our listeners, if you have a story or anything you'd like to share with us on the podcast, you're welcome to reach out to @Alaka'i News through Instagram. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Well. All right. See ya.